Okay, here we are external at Terrace View. So we want to trim the tree so we can make sure we see the front door, you know, a little more, and trim it on the bottom, you know, around whatever, 8 foot or something, so you can see more, round it out or whatever. I don't know what that is on the roof. We ask Obi. And then this tree, trim this tree too, right? So we can see that window. Can't even see it behind the tree, but there's a window there. We want to see that window, and you know, trim it below garage door height, right? So from here up, we don't want to hang it below the garage door. Okay, so we're gonna add some flowers or something here right at the entrance, something that doesn't need a lot of water. Maybe along here, this is the apartment door, and then maybe up here, maybe something like this one here. Okay, and then of course there's going to be mulching, probably the black mulch, a lot of places. Take the Christmas lights off this tree too. They're all over, you can see them hanging everywhere. Please remove those. So they're going to mulch up some areas and leave the plants where you can. Probably go with the black mulch here. That's what they recommend. Most designers do. Well, let's go counterclockwise here. Now this section down here has some decent plants, so just fill a little bit with mulch. This is not much here. It'll probably be solid mulch. Trim the bottom, the seedlings of this tree. Leave this tree, of course. Get rid of this lattice. The dump run will not be, hopefully, landscapers. So all this cement and stuff should be clear before the landscapers start. Okay. All right. So all this, these are raspberries here. So try to leave those, right? And then leave the vines as much as possible on the fence, right? And then, you know, wherever there's walking, you know, trim branches so your head doesn't hit that, obviously. So all this has to go. All right, so we'll have a little walkway here. Probably won't do any extensive because there is a retaining wall. Try to, I don't know, this will be an up ramp here. And then lattice will probably go here. David may do that. And then we'll mulch all of this here after all this stuff is gone. Landscapers say all the concrete should be gone. David has a home for these pressure treated. He thinks he'll get to that. And then there's some cement here too that he's gonna try to get rid of. So landscapers will bring in some dirt. So once the stuff is, they can level it out a little bit before they put on the mulch. So we have a low fence line. So where we have a low fence line, we trim down to the fence line so we still have privacy, okay? Unless it's a major walkway, then we have to make sure we don't hit it with our heads. So this fence goes up, up. So just trim it with the fence line, right? Makes sense? All right. So trim this vine so we can walk back there. This one's on a little angle, but it is what it is. So we'll stage like a bench here so people don't step off the edge. But this whole one, this will all be trimmed back. Trim it to the height of the pergola, right? So you can see the top of the pergola. And then coming over here, yeah, again, trim all this back so it's right at the fence line so you can walk in. And there'll be mulching over here. All this stuff will be cleaned up. We'll cut this, I think it's sage, cut it back to the retainer wall, mulch inside all the flower bed area, trim stuff, trim this so it doesn't hit your face when you walk by it. Trim all this back, even with the retainer. Okay, mulch it in there, pull weeds, obviously. Trim this, you know, again, even with the walkway. More mulch here. And then they're gonna be blowing leaves out, after all the stuff gets picked up. You can see that little retaining wall. This is the limit here. So this is all pretty nice. Maybe pull a couple weeds and lay down a little bit of mulch. And trim this walkway, right? And just make it look pretty. Cut off the dead stuff maybe. Yeah, and then it's gonna be night and day.